All right, so we did our first test day. First test day of the season. Shake some cobwebs off. I drove some stuff in the off season, but it was all very kind of low power. I drove my 14 once. First time back in like a fast car, and oh, it felt good. Made some changes to the car. Maybe a couple right on the line of major. Definitely the biggest one is switching to Wisefab and Feel. So full suspension package is kind of more up to date. Same turbo as last year for this sesh, but we're going to be using the 66 68 and the 6870. No, sorry. Go back on that. We're going to be using the 6670 and the 6870 track dependent. So we were on the 6670 today. Super quick, super responsive, didn't have to turn on nitrous. And I think these new next gen turbos from Precision don't even need the nitrous. So we can put it on top. We don't need to necessarily use it for spool. I like to have a little kind of curve to surf for some grip. But yeah, having front rack, a little more ability for the front tires to grab, and just a little more smoothness in the wheel is wild. Other than that, 285 this year. We got to burn one set of 285s. The rest of the practice was on 265s just because it's what we had left over. Test day went super smooth. I've never seen the numbers on this car be so stable, and that's like oil temp, water temp, intake air temp, literally like everything. By the time I got back to the truck was pretty much the same, the same number as when I left the line. So that's pretty crazy.
Can you ask me a question again? I like that format.
What changes did we make to the car while we were testing today?
So a couple little changes we made, some rebound settings. So off the rip, it was kind of set up like in the middle of things. So up 2, down 4 total for the day. And you could tell Dan got more comfortable in the car as we went on. It was just like full 90 degree to 90 degree transitions. Car's just super fast, moves really good. You can just see the suspension working a lot more than it had in the past. Another change that was made, I guess, was the 285 tire. We only tested on one pair. We were running 12 PSI in the rear. And yeah, Dan said he could feel a difference in transition, which is nice, just like that contact patch. And then I think he said when he was like in like a hard 90, like he could feel the front end kind of scratch more, just loading it up with the thicker rear, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. It sounds good though. Which is super cool. Dan was kind of getting nervy, like as you would going into a season like this. Different car, basically. The second he got back in the seat, he was just right back at home. He just looked comfortable. Overall, it was just great vibes. New engine from Steve is fantastic. It makes really good, consistent power, and I think, like Dan mentioned, doesn't even seem to need the nitrous. The Precision Gen 2 is just, it's dialed. But yeah, vibes were great. Weather was great as well. Made it happen, and car's good, Dan's good, so let's get to it.
We use the infield here. There wasn't enough room to completely like mimic an entire Long Beach, so we just kind of did the power alley, and then I did some pushes into a tight hairpin, kind of like the last of it. So we kind of broke it down into chunks, but the car feels great. It holds angle like I haven't had before. It drives literally like a VDC car, which is super fun, which is 99.9% of my practice in the off season. But yeah, just 2 outer zones, lock to lock. Kind of see how excited it is to come out of angle, or how hard it jumps to the other side, or how much do I have to wheel it. It being all new front suspension geometry, it's pretty much just a new car. So my first day in a new car, but yeah, very happy with how it turned out. That's a little more context, but yeah. Okay.